Hello, soul family. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I'm coming to you from my garden that's out on my patio. This is like one of my favorite places to be of all time, so I just wanted to share it with you. Another reason why I'm out on my patio and here in my home is because I want to talk about something very fitting, which is we're spending a lot of time at home right now, and that could either be a really good thing or a really bad thing, depending. And I want to help you to optimize that time, make it really productive, increase your self esteem, your self worth, and your trajectory towards your goals and your mission in life. So, right now, of course, a lot of people are home because of COVID. They are home because they do not have a job and their business closed down, their hours are reduced, or maybe their kids are in school, you know, over the computer. So there's a lot of people that are home more often now, and that can cause some challenges. You're at home and your mind gets the most of you sometimes. I had a point in my life where I was jobless for a year, and I wound up living on my sister's dining room floor with my two kids, literally for a year, while I was looking for a job. And it can become so daunting and so frustrating. I remember trying to sell Avon, and I would go door to door. I would have a double stroller going door to door trying to sell Avon and handing out the pamphlets and the flyers. Then I would get in my car and I would hand out the flyers, only to literally have another Avon representative call me and tell me to pick all of them up because she was already in that area. Being jobless can be so frustrating, and it really wears you down. Of course, you don't have to be jobless right now to be spending a lot of time at home. Like I said, COVID is really putting a lot of people at home, supposedly for their safety. So, with that being said, you spend a lot of time ruminating, you spend a lot of time thinking, you spend a lot of time in quiet and isolation, and that can lead to things that are potentially very scary, because we're meant to be in communion with each other, we're meant to be around each other. And so I just want to help you to be able to optimize that time. A lot of the time when we're in a situation when we're at home for a significant amount of time, it wasn't necessarily by choice, or it was almost destined, because it's like these big things that come in and happen in your life where you're supposed to spend time just thinking and reevaluating your life and restarting and rebuilding. And it's a beautiful part. It's a beautiful part of your story. And maybe right now it might seem challenging and like there's no point in this part of your life, but there is. And we're going to use this time in a really good, productive way. I don't want to see anybody falling down and anybody at home and feeling lonely and isolated, because you're not alone and there are people out there. You can always like my page. I'm going to be doing more inspirational things every day. I'm going to keep trying and keep posting, and I really want to help support people right now that are going through a hard time because of the changes that are happening in the world. So, I have been home myself for about a week and a half, and I've been trying to focus on myself and taking care of myself and restarting again. And I generally am a workaholic, and I don't have time to do that. And so this has been a new adventure for me as well. It's been 10 years since I haven't had something to do, and nothing is really flat out planned for me. I'm a Virgo, so I love lists. And every day, when I go to work, or perhaps when you go to work, there are certain rules and structures and routines that keep you doing the same thing every day and keep you feeling productive. Because if you come in and you follow the list and complete the list, then you've been successful for that day. When you're at home, you don't have that. When you're at home, you have time to think. which could be good or bad. When you're at home, and I've seen this with my dad, as he's retired, and with friends that have older children that have grown up and left the nest, there's more time when you can really explore what makes you happy. And sometimes that makes people feel lost because they're used to living for their job, or they're used to living for their kids, and now that they're not in that identity anymore, it's confusing to a lot of people. So I'm going to help you through this, and I have 6 steps that are going to help you to make the most out of your time at home. Okay. All right, so the first one is goal setting, and this is the really fun one, I promise. What I want you to do is, when you get up in the morning and you're half awake, just sit there and dream of your fantasy life, where you're going to live, who you're with, the relationships that you have, the job that you have, the project that you're working on. What would make you insanely happy and fulfilled? Dream that life. Be in that life. Be in that dream and feel yourself in that. What would it feel like? And that's another whole video about manifestations and things like that. But we really want to start with having this dream and knowing where we want to go, because if we don't know where we want to go, whether it's a feeling or whether it's physically knowing certain things, or physically knowing a physical project that you want to work on, you need to have some type of a goal or a feeling that you want to have. And life is really good at showing you things that you like and things that you don't like. Sometimes when life shows you things that you don't like, it makes you realize what you do like. So you're always creating these dreams and these wants and these desires, and you're getting to know yourself better. Like, what would you want? And that's the cool thing. There's a quote in the notebook, and he says, "What do you want? What do you want? What do you want?" And that is the question. What do you want? Like, seriously, what do you want? What kind of car do you want? What kind of house do you want? What kind of feelings do you want? What kind of partner do you want? What kind of friendships or relationships? Don't cap yourself out at whatever your parents did or whatever you've seen around you happen. The sky's the limit, and let's start dreaming, and let's start getting you to where you want to be. And you know what? To be honest with you, again, this is another video, but we can also feel the feeling of having it without physically having it. But again, I'll have to make a video on that one. Cool. So once we start dreaming, we can start setting goals. Every day when I get up, and also sometimes before I go to bed, I think about 3 goals at least that I want to accomplish in that day. That way, by the end of the day, I feel accomplished in knowing that I actually did something to get to where I want to be. And it's not just a low goal. I know I'm going towards my dream life and towards everything that I want. So when I accomplish these things, it's going to feel really good and give me some purpose to my day. Because if you don't, the whole world kind of just knocks you around, and you just go wherever the wind blows. And there is some benefit to going with the flow, but then there's also a benefit to being a conscious creator of your reality, which we have the ability to do. So goal setting is going to help us to strike a good balance with that, because we're going to have certain things that we want to accomplish, and also we can budget time in there for playing and having fun, which comes to my second tip, which is get yourself on a schedule. When you're working, you have a schedule. So you still want to work just as hard as when you were working as when you're home. You still want to be doing, before I would do, a 12-hour shift would be a normal shift. And so for me, I enjoy working longer hours. I know that I work better in the morning. So 7:30 every day, I get up. 8 o'clock at the latest. That would be very late for me. But 7:30, I want to get up the same time every day, and then I work on my business, I work on my mission, I work on different ideas that I have until 6 p.m. I have a schedule for myself where I have a big bulk of time where I am really actively working on that. So that's become my job. I don't have the 9 to 5 job or the full-time job that I had before right now. So I'm making the most out of my time by setting my own goals, by setting a schedule, and having time where I can accomplish those. So now the beauty of that, and like I was saying, is now we can budget in time for self-care and like chores around the house, and also for having fun. So by 6 o'clock, I'm ready to have fun with my kids. I'm ready to go on a walk. I'm ready to do my gardening. I'm ready to do whatever it is. Like, I know when I get up at 7:30, that's the time to kind of like dream and plan my day mentally before I even get up out of bed and be thankful. And then I come out, I get my coffee, I water my garden, and there are certain things that I do and keep in my schedule to make sure that I am creating a routine for myself. And we all like structure. Believe it or not, to some extent, structure makes us feel safe. If we know that we're getting up and doing the same thing every day, yes, the goals will change, but there is some structure there. And when we don't have a job, it's really important to create that structure for ourselves so that we feel safe. And again, we're spending a lot of time where we're working, and then we're spending time where we're having fun, and we're also taking care of ourselves or our house, etc. So you want to make sure you're balancing the two aspects there, where you're taking that action and feeling accomplished, and then also having time to just be and enjoy and dream. Cool. So the third thing, I already said that. The third thing is budget time for play. Super important. If we're doing all this work, we need to budget time to play and do things that we enjoy, enjoy and love. And those things are going to inspire us to be able to do the action and the work, which is not really work if you're enjoying it. But it's going to give us the inspiration to get other things accomplished as well. All right. Number 4, building a community of supportive people. Super important because, we become the people that we're around the most. And we don't want to obviously surround ourselves with negativity. We want to surround ourselves with the dreamers. If we have dreams, we want to surround ourselves with the dreamers. There is a quote that says that, if you're the smartest person in the room, then you need to go to another room, because you really need to get to a place where you're always growing and you can work on your development and get out of your comfort zone and not be just stuck in a rut. But if you're in a community where, let's say, they're all entrepreneurs and, they're talking about making their business more successful, they're talking about marketing, they're talking about speeches, being surrounded by people like that is going to inspire you and support you to achieve those goals. So it's super important, build a community of people, especially now. There are plenty of support groups out there for, people that have estranged children or people that do not have jobs right now. There's support groups for everything, so reach out. You might not be able to do that physically, as you once would, but there are people out there. And surround yourself with people that you want to be, like mentors, people that can help to guide you to where you want to be. Okay. The fourth thing is be thankful. Be thankful, because a lot of times if we don't have a job, we really get in our heads, we get depressed, we resist the situation, and that makes it so much worse. But while maybe those things are true, that money is tight, or other various things that are not positive could be true, there's also equal things that are positive that are true. So if we look at this as an opportunity to slow down, focus on ourselves, focus on how can we make a difference in others' lives, and use it as a thing that can catapult us into our dreams, if we view it in that manner and not a negative manner, then more good things will come of it. So the more you focus on something, the more it grows. The more energy you give it, the more it grows. So if you give positive energy to the situation and you take advantage of it and you see it as a good thing, and that the universe is totally working in your favor and giving you this amazing gift where you have time to focus on yourself and focus on others and dream, I mean, it's a beautiful thing. And it feels good to have that as your reality. Like, I'd rather tell myself that than tell myself, all the negative things that are going on. Okay. So thankfulness, seeing the positives in the situation, because the universe is working for you and it's giving you a really amazing gift. You might not be able to see it in the moment, but you'll look back and be really thankful for this time, for this new restart. And I bet a lot of you are going to be able to use your story to help inspire other people. All right, cool. And my last one, which is actually the most important, is your mindset. And that kind of goes back to thankfulness a little bit, but mindset. It's really important to not be really hard on yourself. It's very hard sometimes to control the things in your head, the voices in your head, and you could overthink things. You could get really down on yourself. Sometimes if you're not taking care of your apartment, or you're not taking care of yourself or your home, then you start feeling more bad about yourself. So take it easy on yourself. It's okay. Like, make your goals, talk kindly to yourself. Words are important and they hold so much value and they really create your reality. So be kind to yourself as you would your friend. And it's really about finding a balance. It's about finding a balance of taking radical action and also letting go. So there are certain times in my day where I feel like I'm going gung-ho for whatever project it is. Let's say I'm working on my Facebook page, or let's say I'm working on my blog post or my website. And then I get to a point where I wouldn't say it's not fun anymore, but I lose motivation. I feel like I'm like just forcing it. And that's when it's time to just step back. Or my brain is everywhere and I'm just thinking of all these ideas and it gets overwhelming and I don't have a sense of direction. That's when it's time to just take a step back. And whether it's talk to God or the universe or yourself and just release it and let it go. Like, sometimes we don't have all the answers, and especially in this time where there's a lot of things up in the air, it can get really overwhelming. So it's important to, in your own way, to let the situation go, as hard as that is. And it's equally important to take inspired, radical action to change the situation that you're in. So it's going to be a balance throughout your day. Sometimes it's going to feel like you're forcing the situation. You need to take the radical action. You need to do the work, put in the work, try, get out of your comfort zone. But then there's also, a time where you can't force things that are not working. Yes, you do have to put in the work to get things. But sometimes, like, inspiration is not going to come when you're forcing it. Inspiration is going to come when you're happy and when you're relaxed. And it doesn't mean that you're going to do nothing during those times. It's just, sometimes we just realize we don't have all the answers. And if you keep overthinking it, it's just going to make it worse. So it's just knowing when to just let it go and then do something else and get your mind off of it. So it could be like just taking a break from doing your website and go clean your room, or do your makeup, or do your hair, or something that's going to make you feel good about yourself or your environment, or go take a walk, something that's positive and putting it's still putting an investment into your goals and your dream life by investing in yourself. So you're not doing nothing by stepping away and going to take care of yourself. You're investing in you, and that's an amazing and beautiful thing, because you need to invest in you before you invest in anyone else. And so it's just going to be a balance, guys. And take the action and then know when sometimes just to let it go. And those times of letting it go and just saying, hey, I don't know the answers, and they'll come when they're supposed to come. Sometimes those are the moments when the inspiration comes in and you stop forcing it. So Just want to give you a little bit of inspiration and give you some structure to your days off, because I know it can be really frustrating. It can feel so overwhelming to have so many different choices. It can feel very overwhelming, like when you're putting an application and you're not getting you know, people to call you back, or you go on interviews and it doesn't work. So I know times are tough right now, guys, so just keep your head up, keep your structure, keep working hard, and keep taking care of yourself. Like right now is such a crucial time, and you know, people need support now more than ever. So if you feel that calling, you know, it's time to reach out to other people, support other people. It's going to make you feel good. But be kind, my friends, be kind. A lot of people are going through a lot right now. So I thank you for watching. I'm going to continue to do more videos, and hopefully it brings some value to you. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I also have a Facebook page and my website, lunarpower.net. It just launched again. I cleaned it up and fixed it up, and it's one of the projects I've been working on, so you can check that out too. All right, have a great day, guys. Bye.